Hey guys, it's Vara. So today we had seen the Challenger deck lists, and I wanted to go over the general prices of the cards, and the prices are actually pretty good. So a couple of things have already dropped, unfortunately, because of the quote-unquote hype. I'm just going to kind of go over the market price and the price that it is selling for. I did use TCG Player for this because it is the closest to an average price. I saw a couple people that priced it with MTG Goldfish, but honestly, I think MTG Goldfish is a little bit high in most prices for singles. So I figured TCG was a good even number range. So the Hazard Red deck is a very stable price. So the top cards in it are Torch of Defiance, of course, which market price is $25 and it is selling unfortunately for $18. It did take a couple dollar price drop today because of this, along with Hazard, which market price is $21 and it is selling for $13 now. Other than that, a lot of the cards are under $5, so the total price market that it comes out to is $69, and it is selling for base prices of other sellers on TCG Player is $60. So MSRP, of course, for all of these decks is $29.99, so you are almost doubling your value when you buy one of these. Of course, the prices might change a little bit from now to release date and once it actually releases, but so far, this is a very good price. The only things that I would change in this deck if you are looking to make it actually more competitive is I would change it to be one more Chandra Torch of Defiance and one more Hazard, possibly one more Glorybringer, and I am very surprised in this deck that there is no Harness Lightning. Now, I do understand this doesn't play any energy, but even the mono red decks in Standard currently, besides this list of course, they are playing Harness Lightning because it is a pretty good card. So those might be a couple of changes. I might do another video with the full changes that I do think could be added to this deck, but I'm not sure currently. So the Mardu Vehicles deck is a very stable price as well. Most of the cards are on the lower end, under $8, except for the Heart of Kirin's, which are very high right now. So the market price of this deck is $68, and from single sellers it is selling for $73. So, of course, this is about the same price. Before, market was $69 and selling was $60. Now market price is $68 and selling for $73. I am surprised in this deck that there are no Fatal Pushes, but I do guess it would have risen the price too much, as Fatal Push is sitting around $5 to $6 each currently. I was also expecting to see Metallic Mimic in it, but again, it would have risen the price quite a bit, so I'm not surprised to not see these in here. So the only thing that I would change in this deck to make it a bit more competitive is, of course, more Fatal Pushes and possibly Mimics. The only problem that I see with this deck that I will talk about at the end of this video is a lot of the cards rotating out in September. So the Second Sun Control deck is, of course, around the same price yet again. The most expensive cards in it are some of the lands and the Glimmer of Geniuses. So the 4 Irrigated Farmland and 4 Glimmer of Geniuses are the cards that have risen the price of this deck for the majority. The price comes out market is $64 and it is selling singles for $64, so both even prices, very good prices for this deck. Now I think just in general for this deck it could use another Fumigate and more Settle the Wreckages, but that deck is pretty good to go just because it is a more comboed deck. Now the last and final deck is the Energy Constrictor deck. This deck is a pretty good price. It is a pretty good deck. Of course it is a play on the Teamer Energy that was in Standard, but it did get hit quite a lot in one of the last ban lists, I should say. The market price is $70 and it is still selling single cards for $71. Now the only changes that I would make in this deck are more Fatal Pushes and more Walking Ballistas for sure, and Walk the Planks possibly. Ballista is of course the highest price card, and Fatal Pushes are very well priced as well in this deck, and of course some of the lands are on the higher side. So overall, this product does have a few problems. So the problem that I see with this is that I do think that this is going to be a one-wave product, meaning Wizards is only going to print it once. It's going to be very hard to get because they're not going to reprint it. So I do think that if you are deciding you might take the jump and buy this product, you should definitely go to your LGS and pre-order this, because I don't think there's going to be another printing of it. So I think that after that printing is done and once it's released, the prices will be totally inflated on eBay because of this, and you won't be able to get them for the $29.99. But I do think that if you can't get them for the $29.99 MSRP, I would just recommend passing on them. I think the $29 is a very good price. I would definitely go to your LGS and pre-order one or two or even all four if that is what you wish to do. So the problem again that I see with this is with the vehicles deck. Now this vehicles deck is great. It has such heavy hitting cards, but the thing is, vehicles will be annihilated in September with the ban list. Not the ban list, the rotate list. So sets will rotate out. Every single creature in this vehicles deck, unfortunately, is from Kaladesh, and Kaladesh and Aether Revolt will be rotating out. So this will be okay for quite a few months. I mean, it's only February now. It's not going to be coming out until April. So you will have 5 months with it, so almost half a year. But unfortunately, vehicles will be mostly annihilated because of the rotation. So I would be very careful. If you're planning on playing it, I would just pre-order it and play it the day that it comes out and play it for as long as you possibly could and get every single piece and inch of value that you could from these. Overall, I think these are some great products. Again, my past video that will be linked in the description went over the deck lists. It is a great product. Wizards definitely stepped it up with this product. Unfortunately, I do see prices of the singles going down. I don't think this is really for resale value, but I do think if you are interested in taking the jump in the plunge into Magic the Gathering Standard, this is 100% something you want to go for, and maybe research from now until when they come out the deck lists and the standard meta and see how the decks are changing, and then maybe 2 or 3 weeks before coming up with your own custom deck list with the challenger decks in mind, and then purchasing the rest of the singles you might want for it. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope it was very helpful for you, and I will see you guys again real soon.